Something that can be really helpful when it comes to improving online quiz, test, and exam content is to assess each test after your students have taken it to see if there were any questions that were exceptionally problematic for your students. Perhaps a question was worded in a way that the majority of your students found confusing. Perhaps you accidentally created a multiple choice question with 2 correct answers or with 0 correct answers, causing most or all of your students to be marked incorrect. Or perhaps there's simply a topic that you and your students will need to spend some more time on. On a short quiz with only a few questions, it's easy to look over it and to see what is causing problems for your students. But with longer tests, it can be far more challenging to do this manually, assuming you even have the time. However, for those of you using the Canvas quiz functions, either the classic quiz or the new quiz formats, there is a way to have Canvas do this work for you. Let's take a look. Let's start by taking a look at the Quiz Statistics tool in Classic Quizzes. First, open any classic quiz that your students have taken. In the Related Items menu on the upper right side of the screen, click on Quiz Statistics. If you're really into statistical analysis, you can probably pull a lot more data from Quiz Statistics than we're going to go into. We're going to focus on the information that's really easy to view and understand. Essentially, as you scroll down the screen, it will tell you on the right the percentage of students who answered each question correctly, while on the left it shows a graph of the percentage who selected each answer choice. The correct answer will be displayed in green, while incorrect answers are displayed in black. As you scroll through the results, you can quickly and easily identify questions that your students found challenging by looking for ones with larger black bars representing lower percentages of correct answers. If you find a question that the majority of your students missed, this is when you should take the time to read over the question itself, as well as the answer choices, to see if the problem is due to question wording. Now, if you don't spot any problems with how the question itself is structured, this means it is likely a topic that deserves some extra review time with the class. If you're someone who really enjoys working with data in Excel CSV files, clicking on the Student Analysis and Item Analysis buttons will generate CSV reports with the results sorted by student and by item or question, respectively. Finally, please be aware that the Quiz Statistics function only works with questions that can be auto-graded by Canvas. Any question that requires manual grading will not provide usable data. Now let's take a look at how this works in new quizzes. After you click on a new quiz that your students have taken, you will need to scroll down to the bottom of the screen and click on Build. After the page loads, click on Reports in the menu across the top of the screen. Under Quiz and Item Analysis, click on Generate Report. After the report generates, you will see some basic data in the Quiz and Item Analysis box, and the Export CSV button will appear. Again, if you're someone who really enjoys working with data in Excel CSV files, and I know you folks are out there, feel free to click on the Export CSV button and download the data directly to your device. For the rest of us, let's click on View Report in the Quiz and Item Analysis box. You'll notice that the data is presented differently than we saw in classic quizzes, although the information provided is the same. The way the data is presented here, you'll want to look at the number farthest to the left out of the set of 4 numbers provided for each question. This number represents the percentage of students who got the question correct, so the higher the number, the better your students did as a whole. Conversely, the lower the number, the worse your students as a whole did on this question. Clicking on the V-shaped down arrow to the far right of the question can show you in detail how many students selected which answer. For questions missed by a large percentage of students, this can help you determine if the problem lies in how the question was written, or if this is simply a topic that should be reviewed with the group. As with classic quizzes, Please be aware that this function only works with questions that can be auto-graded by Canvas. Please be aware that any question which requires manual grading will not provide usable data. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions about how to access quiz data, please reach out to the CTL at ctlsupport@klamathcc.edu, by phone at 541-880-2374, or just stop by Building 3, Room 350, and we'll be happy to help.